Uh-oh. um, quick, DM, tell me, like, the very first thing we did, and I'll probably know what happened from there.
Okay, so you guys got back after beating up the Time Wizards prisoners. You
That sounds
guys
fucked up.
went to the Wild Warrior area. You did not have anyone there, and eventually, at some point, you guys got summoned to speak with the Dryad.
Wow, I don't remember any of that.
Nothing at all. Okay, so you guys got to speak with
like, I...
the
Okay,
Dryad.
I know there was, like, a whole lot to do with mourning and her identity. And... Oh, we got told to do... Okay. We got told to do 3 things by the Dryad, and then Paxi made a deal. It's like, hey, we do these 3 things for you. You're gonna tell me why you hate morning so much.
No, it's not like she hated morning, but it's just when you tried to ask her about morning, she seemed to have some sort of flashback
Yeah,
that
she
she
had
did not want to
straight
elaborate
up
on.
PTSD. When I showed her morning, she had PTSD.
But yeah, you guys talked with her. Salona was her name. She's the Dryad who's part of the council, and in a way, she's technically the Guardian Fae, who has a
Oh yeah,
connection with the Guardian Dragon.
she
And her
said she would
connection,
reward us
yep,
for doing her bidding.
Right.
her connection to Nosafi, the Guardian Dragon of Chaluda, seems to have been waning to the point where she hasn't been able to communicate often anymore. She did say there were like 3 main problems that are currently plaguing Chaluda as of right now. Besides, you guys already taken care of some of the problems already. The first being lizard folks in a secluded isle south of Chaluda has been forming raiding parties. They've talked about how north of Chaluda there's a bunch of undead that's been rising out of nowhere and has been basically spreading downward. And then to the right in the mountain range, I guess I should probably pull up the map. In the mountain range, there's still 2 reports of those golems still alive. So yeah. So lizard folk, or I should probably mark this instead. They have been raiding Chatika, that town down there, or at least attempting to. Then north is where the undead is, and then here there's been 2 reports of at least 2 more of those remnant golems that are still alive and causing problems somehow. And yeah, and you
R-
guys, out of all the problems, decided to work with against the lizard folk first.
right. But before we left, Paxi did something dumb, and he decided to use Dream on Storia, the Master Scholar.
Oh, that is true.
And it worked?
Yep.
Dun
At the end,
dun dun!
at the end of the session, you decided to sit down after talking with Morning about, taking more spider's bite because you were, like, hey, every time I've done it, I've kind of gotten new enlightenment on what's going on around here, so you used it because just see more visions about what's happening around the world, and you got visions. You saw a fight between seems to be the residents of Chaluda, or at least before the area before Chaluda became Chaluda. You could see the battle, like the fist mage Rajak, and in the distance near him, Rajok. And then let's
Found
see,
out they were brothers.
they are brothers. It's been confirmed that they are brothers. And then you saw a vision of some sort of conversation of the Lifesmith. There were, or at least there was 2 individuals. One of them mentioned something about the Lifesmith with a name. Let's see if I can pull that up.
I think Flaxus was there too, in his
Yeah, that was,
like crazy crystallized form.
yeah. So let me pull up the file for myself. So the image with the Lysmith, you had a name drop, which is Nokri or not
That's
Kree, even though the Lysmith is referred to as Elnok. Interestingly
Oh,
enough.
it was an N, not a B. Got it.
Yeah.
Not
So after that,
Narcroy?
Nokri.
Nokri. Okay.
So then after that, there was a brief
LaCroix?
vision of you saw Flaxus, and you saw another one, Lorazoth.
The
The
Necromancer.
Yep, and they were basically contemplating, well, their situation before they got nuked by whatever it is that Ortholos did.
And they mentioned something about uh yeah, Ortholos, he was about to go remove all magic from the continent?
They weren't quite sure on exactly what was happening, or at least you didn't get quite the details. But from what you've garnered, is that Ortholos was basically using what's equivalent to some sort of magical nuke. That when the burst
Yeah.
ran off, it caused everything to fade from existence, or at least caused them to fade from existence.
Right. Well, it was
But then,
Ortholos fought the Akentep. No, never mind. Akentep fought Loriasoth, and they destroyed Metopia. Now that's the
yes,
Metopian Badlands. Okay, never mind.
yes, and you guys, you just saw like basically a vast wasteland of sand and bones before that whole nuke went off. And then lastly, you had a vision of Storia overlooking a some sort of cataclysmic event of various monstrosities and stuff fighting each other, presumably summoned by Zanasa. And he was basically contemplating to himself about how he's going to have to basically clean up this whole thing. But then halfway through that particular vision, that is when he looked at you and he started talking to you.
Right, so Storia knew I was there.
Yes, even though it's supposed to be a vision. And yeah, so then the vision started falling apart. Story basically is telling you a lesson of some kind. We weren't quite sure on the specifics, but it's like a warning almost. But then you woke up from the vision after everything fell apart, and then you decided to cast Dream to see if Story was still there. And the dream succeeded?
Is that where we left off last?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So let me fix this. And this is okay, so let's go to here. So, Paxi, you cast Dream. So you feel like the normal instances of Dream where you cast it, you can feel your consciousness fade, as you know, you're entering a slumber. But when you awaken in this realm of dream, like a dream, you are in a white space. Let me change this. And you don't see anything.
Hmm. So it worked, but nobody's here.
So what do you do?
Okay. I am going. I've never been able to summon morning inside of a dream before, right?
Yes.
Right, I'm going to summon a facsimile of morning to my hand,
All right.
and I'm just going to pretend like it's working.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to hold a conversation with her out loud to myself. Like, this is weird. I've never had the phone pick up and no one be there, though. Yeah, it's pretty strange, isn't it? Like, kind of, but like, keeping her out in the open very obviously, so if there is a presence here, maybe her appearance would draw them out into the open, question mark.
After you kind of like, how long do you keep this up? That's the question.
Um, maybe like a minute tops. not
So
not very
you're like
long.
you're like mock talking in the morning, trying to have a conversation as if like you normally would.
Hmm.
But then after a minute, you're like, okay, this is kind of starting to feel a little stupid. This is not working.
Okay.
But when you finish, you're like, okay, so obviously this is a weird situation, maybe a dud. But that is when you start feeling a presence, like there's something there watching you. That's when a
Okay.
voice suddenly speaks up, but there's no source of this voice.
Can I? All right. I'm in a dream realm. Um,
Yes, but a
can
voice
I
does
can
speak.
I feel like my magical abilities, like if they're still there, or am I just like,
You're in a dream.
yeah,
So you don't quite have your abilities. But then
right?
again, it is your dream, though, so you can manipulate it.
Okay. So then, because I have this spell, I will use it in the dream and kind of try and use it to force reveal whatever is there. I'll use that my it's not Lishlarot. It's not Ortholos. Who's the tentacle dude? Uh Hold on.
Ishnox?
Yes, I'll use my Ishnok's spell of eyes um as kind of a like how some people have to cast magic through an object so it works for them. I'm using that as my mental uh casting focus. So I'm casting that spell in my dream to try and reveal anything that might be hidden.
When you activate it, you basically cause almost like a wave because your eyes become black. It manifests in the form of these liquid sight tentacles that sprout out from around you and seem to grip the surrounding reality. It's kind of hard to describe it. But you're basically forcing all that is not seen to be seen to become into sight. But when you're basically expanding this area and trying to figure out, okay, there's something obviously here, but where is it? You start realizing that after a certain point, you realize that whatever it is you're doing is not succeeding, probably due to the fact that whatever is here, it probably is currently encompassing the entire dream. That is when this voice speaks out in a very low tone. Old is the one to tap into the dream of something long gone.
Long gone
Foolish.
is a curious choice of words.
Curious indeed, but it is exactly as it is. The truth. You. You reached out to me. How foolish. Without a moment's hesitation.
I
without a single thought.
reached out to Storia. Who are you?
Who is to say I am not Storia? Who is to say I'm not the one you seek?
I think you might be a part of who I seek.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. Notice when you notice a head in front of you, despite everything being like a white void, it starts to blur for a brief moment before a figure stands before you, except a complete shade of red. You know there's a face underneath that hood of theirs, but you can't quite tell who it is. You. Why did you wish to speak?
You're a scholar, one of the greatest of all of reality and history combined. I came seeking answers for one who has lost her place in history.
Answers can sometimes breed more questions. Answers sometimes create unfavorable knowledge. You do this without risk, then you may ask, and then suffer the consequences of receiving that knowledge. What is it you wish to be enlightened?
I wish to know if guiding moon. I wish to know how guiding moonlight lost their memory and how to return it to them.
Guiding moonlight. You ask for knowledge that is not at my disposal. But I do know of guiding moonlight, but I do not know of its current circumstance. I was not there when the great warrior of silver light fell,
That
but I know the story.
The Great Warrior of Silverlight, you said?
the great warrior of
Yes,
Silverlight being
Rishok.
Rajok. There it is. Yeah, the original owner. Um, you know the story of how he fell, but you weren't there. Okay, I'd love to hear about it.
The story of two brothers, Rajak and Rishok Halu. Men of giant blood. Warriors, the both of them. They fought strong, they fought brave, and they killed many in a seek of glory. The final battle, referred to as the Battle of Burning Fire, of Burning Wood. It is a tragic war. It is when many mages started to align themselves against the residents of Shaya. Now, this story was passed down from many mouths. The true details are now lost, but I do know what the general gist of it is. The two brothers fought. They killed many monstrosities from more realms and planes beyond our own. And with the residents, they had thousands strong, the finest warriors the land had left. They fought creature after creature, monstrosity after monstrosity. Many died, but eventually, with the two brothers at the helm, they reached the mages. Rajakalu went to corner Zanasa and end her constant rifts. And Rajok went to go fight another mage. One of the few left who had connections to the far realm. Quizaloth. The resulting battle was bloody. It ended with both Zanasa and Rajak tumbling through a rift she made in a panic. As for Rajok, he nearly managed to kill Quizaloth, but then a monstrosity he called from the realms of the void came forth. And thus, Rajok, his mental fortitude was not known to be strong, but with guiding moonlight he should have persevered. But the creature that came took on the visage of a beautiful woman, and thus had him willingly give guiding moonlight away. And then he was slaughtered, just like the rest of the residents. The battle ended in failure. It is a tragedy. That land was doomed to die, and its remaining monstrosities rampaged. But thankfully, at least Quizaloth was dealt a mortal blow before Rajok too fell.
You call yourself... That is very good information. You call yourself the Master Scholar. And what is a scholar's lot in life if not passing their information along to the next generation? Where, if you are no longer alive or in existence in this world, where is the sum of your knowledge so that I can pass it down? Because nobody knows any of this.
Ever since the Great Blip, knowledge has been lost. You wish to obtain what I've learned, the vast arsenal armed to the teeth with words and information. Not all scholars wish to depart their information. Many are very greedy, many are jealous, envious. You wish to depart what I've learned to others. Is that a wise choice?
It is not for me.
That's left to be forgotten.
It is not for me to decide what people do with the truth of the past. It is merely in our best interest to have that information, and people can act upon it as they will.
What happened during the Great Arcane War? There were many horrific events that would make one's blood curdle. You wish to know everything that happened. You wish to know everything that caused it. The magical knowledge obtained through an age of arcane, where magic was so rich that even a normal villager could be born with the gift of magistry.
I wish to know someday, probably not all at once, because that would probably make my head explode.
My magic, my knowledge, my accumulation of all that I am, all that I was, still exists. Ortholos could not erase everything, as you can quite plainly see. My library still remains in this world, and it contains everything. everything I've learned, and everything I wish to forget. It is located in a faraway place, far from Chaluta. It is currently located in the far west.
I will summon the current map that we have of the continent. I'll be like, this is the land now.
He kind of looks down at the map. Wastelands now. I'm not surprised. Ladaka is my homeland, and that is where I stowed my knowledge. You may find other places where I have stored brief pieces of information too important to simply transfer back. Metopia is one. If you wish for the greatest accumulation of everything I've known, Ladaka is where you must go. Or, now the Ladaka Wastelands.
You want to pinpoint a little? That's like several 100,000 miles of area. Want to give me like a little blip somewhere? Like, search in this general area.
For the information on this something I've learned in Metopia. It is here. In Ladaka, however, I cannot simply tell you. It does not stay in one place for long.
My companions and I came across a village that does not stay in one place for long. Is that what you're speaking of?
You speak of Stillwater.
Yeah, those...
A quaint village, unfortunately cursed by that of a now long dead mage. It has nothing to do with what I am.
Great.
I am curious to know. Well, no. My questions matter not. You consider this, Dreamwalker, Paxi. You wish to know more. I can at least bestow upon you at least a little something more. He reaches his hand and he starts gripping the air, and you notice a staff materializes with the little holder and a book on top. He starts mouthing words with not actually saying anything. He knows the book opens on its own, starts flipping to various pages, and symbols of red starts forming in the air. After it creates a couple of, seems like sentences, you see a flash, and then the book slowly fades from the staff, leaving nothing but just a stick. There. That will make things more easier for you, Dreamwalker. But I must urge you to have caution. Be careful when you try to reach out to things that no longer exist. You got lucky here, but if you do it again, there is exceptional risks that the one you try to reach will not be happy that you disturbed their slumber.
I have one final question, and I summon a vial of spider's bite into my hand. This is not the first time you and I have seen each other, correct? Question mark.
He tilts his head a little bit. This is the first time my eyes have light upon thee.
I'll recount the moment that he talked to me during my spider's bite vision. Like, talk to me directly. Or I'll go over, like, this is fermented spider venom and visions, somehow getting to the past. I'm not from around here, so that's why it gives me visions of what I seek. But you, Storia, you specifically, you turned around and talked to me directly. Either you were talking to me, or you were talking to someone whose perspective I was looking through. Who was it if it wasn't me? I just created a continuity error. Black hole!
Paxi,
Also,
the
if you just asked him,
Dreamwalker.
hey, this one time I saw the past, who were you talking to at that time?
I mean, didn't he reference
No,
something
no
that
one
was
has to.
specific to me, though?
He did.
Yeah. He wasn't talking to, like, someone else. He was talking to me. Paxi Paxi.
He was speaking to you, Dreamwalker. But that Storia was not me.
Aha. There it is. Who are you? Who are you in relation to the Storia that I spoke to?
You saw but a vision, a dream, formed from what happened in the past. It seems that whatever is responsible for your visions seems to have been trying to communicate to you. These visions derived from spider's bite are not normal. They are not what the spider's bite venom is meant to create.
Are you
They're
telling
meant
me literally that was the alcohol talking?
No. This is the result of an outsider interfering. Spider's bite, my knowledge on the ritual venom is very vast due to my studies on the drow and their culture. It creates visions based on their psyche. They wish to speak to their goddess, and thus it grants them visions of such. For you, it should be granting visions related to your history, what your desires are, but all those visions are simply figments of your brain. What you are seeing are things that have happened and yet not. And that means someone is creating them. That someone is not you. Every time you take that spider's bite and you obtain visions, it is as a result of something manipulating them to see what they want you to see. And I have a very good idea on the origins. It seems that the connection to the far realm is not as weak as it was.
You're telling me this is Rajak doing this? Or
Rashak.
or Zanasa? Both of them? Or wait, no, it could also be Quizaloth. He was the dude who. Oh no. Go on. Sorry to interrupt.
Wani's behind all of it.
This is not the result of what you think, but it is related. Beware of things you cannot see. They are definitely watching you while you can't watch them.
Who the fuck is they?
Just simply smiles at that.
I.
I've given you a gift, so goodbye. Someone left.
That's probably.
Mm-hmm.
Drew, he went to AFK.
What the fuck?
Anyways, he raises a hand, then he clenches it, and you notice that he slowly starts fading from existence, and you start feeling yourself waking up not by your own control.
Do you want me to contact you again when I find your library?
You get no answer.
Yeah, of course I don't.
Instead, you blink, and you find yourself back in the hut you were sleeping.
Oh, man.
I was wondering why sound didn't work. It moved me to AFK for a minute, even though I'm here.
Oh, Jeebs,
Alright,
Beliebs.
and Ronnie
Also-
is behind all of it.
Yes,
Yes.
Ronnie.
It's Ron!
All
Oh, no.
all that like crazy spicy food he was giving you, like that was just causing you to have these dreams.
Oh, Ronnie, that guy. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Man, you're not kidding when, like, knowledge only gives you more questions. Shit. Fuck.
As you start getting up, you start feeling like there's something that you're sleeping on.
Like Princess
There's,
and the
like,
Pea sort of thing? Reach under me.
Yeah, you reach under me and you feel something large and rather smooth. And when you pull it out, you are holding a tome that was not there. Made of black leather with silver lining.
DM, have we confirmed that, like, Morning can see, right? She has vision
Yeah.
into this world? Okay. Yeah, immediately summon Morning as a dagger? I guess? Something small that I can, like, hold with, like, in my hand, right?
Mhm.
Not a letter opener. That's too degrading.
Yeah.
But I'll summon her as a dagger,
An
Um,
X-Acto knife.
and I'm just gonna be like, as fast as possible. Sorry about the weird form. Had a crazy dream. Contact Astoria. He sent me this book in the real world. Wait, are there guards in this room? Are there like?
No.
Okay, cool.
No guards.
I keep going.
There are guards outside, though.
Yeah, but I'm like, he told me, your Rajulk got killed by Quizaloth, crazy battle, weird eldritch being, something he summoned from the far realms killed him. He gave me this book. You want to read it together?
I'm assuming Simon is in the room right now as well.
Fuck it,
seeing
yeah, I
this.
don't care anymore. I'm talking to Morning.
Technically, Akis is as well, but also Akis is not
Mhm.
here at the same time, so.
Right. Aegis, where'd you go?
Giving Paxi a fucking look.
I don't. Nope. Paxi doesn't even notice. He's literally just like talking at like. Like it seems like Paxi forgot how to breathe.
Paxi, stop for a moment, take a deep breath.
Like I need you. You know you.
Paxi,
Can you have dreams?
I cannot. Now take a deep breath because I have no idea what you're saying right now.
Okay. Like dreams for mortal beings disappear really quickly after they wake up. So I'm giving you all this information in case I forget it later.
That's true, but at the same time, this is a result of a dream spell. To my knowledge, you've never really forgotten anything you've obtained from the dream spell, so... Yeah.
Fair point. So Storia is dead? Question mark. But something of him lives on, tangible enough for Dream to latch onto. And I talked to Old Man Storia? Question mark. Again. Also,
Old man generosity?
kind of, but he also mentioned that whenever I take that spider's bite stuff, in general, it gives you visions, not facts. Gives you visions of what you want. It is a hallucinogen, but I don't have any knowledge of the previous Big Bad Mage War, so something is imparting that knowledge upon me. And the fact that Storia talked back to me in the vision, real Storia, who I just reached out to, has no memory of it. So that means something out there is imparting that knowledge upon me when I reach out to it via the spider's bite. And he also mentioned that that something has some connection to the far realms, and the only thing that I know that has connection to the far realms is Quizzoloth, who might still be alive because he killed your previous owner, and your previous owner who got...
Killed my previous owner?
Yes. Apologies that that didn't come out a lot more gentle.
I mean, it's a little shocking, but at the same time, though,
So apparently Rajak and Rajulk had a big hand to play in defeating most of the previous mages. Rajak fell into a portal with Zanasa, and Rajulk was killed by Quizzoloth by something that Quizzoloth summoned from the far realms at the last second. Oh, also, Quizzoloth summoned the beautiful lady. That's probably the thing that killed him. Because he willingly...
So, Far Realms, my knowledge on that's kind of limited, but I do know that's kind of the place where aberrations like to dwell. So are you telling me that the beautiful lady is an aberration?
Have you seen her? She looks aberration-y.
She does, actually. That actually makes a lot of sense, but also that does not actually quell my concerns, because now, with this point, that means the beautiful lady is some aberration that was summoned during the Great War. And how the hell did it reach you, then? If it's a native to this land?
Well, she left. Because she was not here when you and I first met.
That is true. Maybe she was traveling. Yeah, okay, there's a lot of things that don't really make sense, but at the same time make sense at the same time. But now here's the question. Well, first of all, I'm assuming Simon right there is hearing all this one-sided conversation.
Yes.
You can't hear
Simon's just hearing name drop after name drop after name drop and is so fucking confused.
Anyways, you have a book in your hands now, Paxi. That was not there at the beginning. Why is that there?
Hey, Paxi, what is that book? Why is it weird looking?
It came from Storia in my dreams?
Can I see it for a second?
Nope.
I'd like to roll sleight of hand.
How are you gonna roll sleight of hand for something I'm literally clutching onto?
Alright. Athletics? One of the two.
Hold on.
I just wanted him to open the damn book to see what it is.
I will absolutely open the damn book, but this is not leaving my hand. And the moment
Fair enough.
someone tries to take it, I will Misty Step the fuck away from them with it.
So you open the book.
Hold on. Simon, can you...
I have to kill you in one hit is what you're saying.
Simon, can you maybe sing a song to bolster mental fortitude? I have no idea what's in this thing. I don't know. Some sort
You
of
can open the book?
like Yeah, I'm definitely gonna open it as soon as I get some sort of, I don't know, inspiration.
JR, you just did. That's what I said.
What the fuck?
That's what it was. You can open a book, question? The
Um,
question mark has a nice note to it as you hear it.
Great. So that's him giving me
He spent, like,
inspiration.
half this game reading books.
I can read all
Yeah.
languages because I'm amazing. Shit. I have nothing else to add to this. I opened the book.
You open the book.
I'm holding morning in front of me. I'm gonna just start flipping through it from the beginning, like reading it, like a book.
So you start flipping through it, and I'm just gonna say it's gonna be made extremely apparent. It's a spell book. You're flipping through page after page, and you're seeing spells left and right. And you're
Do
just
I
like,
recognize any of them?
Simon, you're looking through these spells. You recognize some, and you don't recognize others. So it's immediately apparent that this is a wizard spell book. And there's a long list of spells.
So things I can cast.
Yes, you recognize a few spells. You see Charm Person. You can see Color Spray, Magic Missile. Then you can
I
see
want
a
you to
couple.
understand. I can cast all of these spells if I try.
And then there's also, so you can see some other spells too, like you can see
Not out of a
Sanctuary,
book though.
Wall
true,
of
that's right.
Thorns.
But I can learn all of them, technically, through my.
Yeah.
And you notice that you recognize a spell that is not in your
Yeah,
repertoire.
it's not out of a book.
Yes,
Yeah, magical
Wait.
secrets.
Who are you talking to? Me or Simon?
both of you.
Both of you. Okay.
You see, this book is not just a spell containing a list of arcane spells. You can see divine spells in there that you would only have clerics can cast, or paladins, or druids. Seems like this spell book contains spells from multiple classes.
Because he's a scholar. He has, like, stuff on everything. Why not? Okay.
Okay, so Paxley, let me get this straight. Storia gave you a spell book, because I'm recognizing some of these spells as well from the ones you cast.
I mean, sure. He also told me where his library was. It's in insert continent country here. Ladaka, yes.
Which is really far to the left.
Definitely
West-
far and off to the
west
left.
of Ulazar.
But imagine finding a library with the entire country's history and knowledge all at once. Seems like a good place that we should try and go to.
Wait, where to exactly?
Ladaka. There's a migrating library there of Storia, the really good scholar.
It's a bit of a ways.
It is a bit of a ways. So
Yeah,
maybe after
it's-
we do our 3 tasks here and we find out more stuff, we go that way? Question mark?
Yeah, well, I mean, go take a look at that map one more time, Taxi.
The
Let
map?
me take a look at at the map, Mr. DM.
To the map.
Wait, what? Oh, you want to
To
go
the
back
map.
to the map?
Yes.
Alright, bringing you back to the map.
All right. So if we look at this Paxi, to go from where we are in Chaluda, which is what right here, right there, right at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
right
sure.
here.
It's basically all the distance that we've traveled since Shador, and more.
I mean, okay, what part of Ladaka do we need to go to?
Don't know. He said it moves.
All right, so we can start from the bottom up. So we can go from there. We can go all the way. We can cut right through
I mean,
there.
it's only like 60 feet away. We can surely meet that in like, I don't know, a few minutes.
few minutes. You mean like 12 seconds, or even 6 seconds?
Yeah.
But yeah, see, this is where I would like to go. So we can go from here, and then we can go to here, and then we can go up here, then through here, cut all the way back here.
Why do you want to go around the Metopian Badlands so much?
What? No, not the Metopian Badlands. What?
I'm looking at arrows going through the Metopian Badlands,
You
so...
remember that also small bit story I told you about another piece of information?
That's
you
not.
know?
That's the.
Oh,
Ladaka
yes,
Wastelands.
there's some... There might be smaller bits of information in the Metopian Badlands.
We can go. We can cut through the Metopian Badlands to the Thalic Empire, and yeah, go south through. Hell, we could even take a boat or something to go to the Ladaka Wastelands. What do you think?
A boat to the... Oh, we
Yeah.
could take a boat. We could absolutely take a boat. I didn't think of that. Boat
Yep.
is a fantastic idea.
You also hear Morning go, or we could just walk through Ulazor. I doubt it'll be nearly as bad as compared to the boomy theocracy.
Yeah, but boat.
Baxi, with all these friends, the stuff coming around, I'd rather not fight one when we're on a ship that could possibly be marooned. Because there might be some remnant sea monster we're not aware of.
But boat. This is
don't
the
know if
DM talking. Stop talking about the boat. I don't have a boat. Okay. Yes,
I have the money for a boat.
Yes, absolutely,
Wait.
Morning. I will do what you instruct. Go through Kingdom of Ulazor.
No. We don't have to do that. No. Why would you want to go through Ulazor? That place is... There's a reason I left it, you know. It's pretty bad. Yeah. There's nothing good in Ulazor. We can go around in a boat.
You left Ulazor? This is the first I'm hearing of it, Simon.
I told you where I was from.
I
I
don't
am-
remember. I've done a lot of drugs and alcohol since then.
That's understandable. My last name is Ricorus. I am a nobleman from Ulazor. It is not a great place.
I will be sure to
I
do
recommend
more
going
drugs and
far away.
alcohol to forget this immediately.
I recommend we go far around Ulazor. For reasons.
For reasons.
You know what?
You know what? We'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
Hi, Cat. As I say, like, let's go around Ulazor.
No, I
going
think the
to
bridge is
cast-
already burned.
Gift of Gab. Oh no.
Yeah. Yes, the fucking 5 million sentence description. I cast Gift of Gab.
There's
and
no like
say-
save from that. You just rewind that little bubble of time, don't
I
you?
rewind that little 6 seconds. Yep. And guess who's here?
Me. Wait.
Good.
Hey, DM. Does Gift of Gab affect sentient weapons?
What does Simon say in place?
Well, Simon says, we can get a boat.
Go around Ulazor?
Is this Morning
We're not having
talking?
this
Yes.
Go around Ulazor. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
I thought Akez was also in the room.
Akis is dead. He's dead.
Hakez is temporarily.
asleep.
He's only mostly dead.
He's currently T-posing in the corner.
Facing the wall.
And
Simon realized that wasn't a thing he should talk about, so he didn't.
and Morning, nothing I just said like rang any bells. Like nothing's coming back to you. You're hearing this all for the first time, basically.
As in... For what?
The whole Rajulk was killed in the Great Mage War by so and so and blah 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 and Storia. Storia's library.
I mean, we're well aware that Rajulk died, but I didn't know he was killed by whatever that was.
Quizzoloth?
Yeah, him. In fact, we've only recently learned about Quizzoloth's existence. Due to that one weird man who's been cursed to speak gibberish?
Yes, that guy.
That's the only time I've heard that name, and now I'm now being informed that he's also responsible for killing my previous owner. So yeah, that is definitely a lot to take in.
Do I? DM, is there something that I can roll? Okay, here's Paxy's thoughts. He would think that after all of this like history that we've dug up, at some point Morning would have like a revelation. you start giving her you start giving someone who's lost their memory enough little tidbits, eventually they will have a breakthrough and they'll remember something. And Paxi is starting to think now that this is less of something that was slowly forgotten over time and more along the lines of her memory wasn't forgotten, it was stolen. And no amount of like seeding her memory is going to suddenly make it come rushing back to her. Like, we're going to have to find it, if it even exists.
That is what you're assuming.
These are Patsy's like inner thoughts right now.
Yeah.
Up, Amber Alert,
Yep.
What did I do?
Oh no.
Silver Alert.
Anyways, that is what Paxy's thoughts are, and honestly, they make the most sense right now. Because yeah, technically, if someone has amnesia, if you throw enough shit at them, eventually it'll cause everything to rush back. That's not happening with her. So it's probably safe to assume something probably happened to her memories in terms of being taken away by force.
Cool.
But also, Simon,
Hello.
you hear a cracking noise in your pocket.
Oh, I take it out.
Oh,
You
your
see
your egg
the
of money.
golden egg. Your golden egg is now completely covered in cracks.
Wake up, little fella. It's time to wake up.
What do you do with it?
Well, I'm not going to forcefully hatch it. I'm going to wait for it to do what it needs to do. Well, I might take a little peek and lift up one of the cracked shell pieces.
When you do, the entire thing shatters to pieces. And in the
Ah.
pile of gold, you notice something silvery sticking out.
I go over to pick it up.
You take out a singular platinum piece. But unlike most platinum that you can associate with the various carvings and things, this thing has runes on both sides.
I guess I roll Arcana.
Roll Arcana.
11. Fuck.
Uh,
I
you know
cast
for a fact-
Identify.
You cast Identify.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if only we had a wand for identifying things.
Yeah.
So you cast Identify on the platinum piece, and the spell fails.
I hate everything.
But when you cast it, though, you notice the runes start flashing a little bit. And then you notice the runes on one side then changes to common, and it says flip.
I flip it. I flip the coin.
Roll a d2.
Oh. I got it too. So I guess tails.
It lands on the floor on the side that does not have common. It glows for a brief moment, and then in a flash of light, well, congratulations. In a flash of light, you are now looking at a large pile of platinum. Not a large pile, but a essentially decent sized pile.
I pick it up.
You have obtained 100 platinum pieces, and laying at the very bottom is the coin that is no longer glowing.
Wait.
Rich guy over here.
So I no longer have the magic item, is what I'm hearing.
It still has the runes on it,
Okay.
but it's not glowing.
What should I call this thing now? Just coin of flip riches. Coin of
You do
flipping
not know-
riches. Question
You do
mark.
not know what it is. You cannot identify it since it's not your standard magical item. But you do know you flip coin, you get money.
Um.
Also,
Hello,
I
yes,
roll-
Mr. DM. I would like to roll. I would like to flip it one more time to see what happens.
You flip it.
Yes. Nothing happens, I presume.
Roll a d2.
1.
It
All
lands on the
money goes
ground.
away.
And-
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Also, Milo, just so you know, I rolled a D100 and I got 100. That's kind of interesting.
What the fuck? That is a
Natural
large
100.
sum.
Natural 100.
You know, just
That's
1,000
a lot
gold.
of money.
Just a casual 1,000 gold. Jesus. Granted, I remember this thing was supposed to give way more money. But I guess it didn't, so whatever. I stashed the money.
Alright, you're 1,000 gold richer.
Now wait a minute, did Paxi not see any of this?
Yeah, he saw that.
Okay. I just saw him flip a coin and suddenly a
When it
small
landed-
pile of platinum appeared.
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that.
Okay.
Paxi, is that a money generating thing? Because that's kind of a.
Paxi, I've got a request. Could you look at this coin for me?
Morning, obvious. No, I'm not looking at anything of yours that just generated money. Also,
Paxi,
morning,
Money generator? We can buy a lot of things with it.
morning. You, of all things, a magical item, should understand that things don't just give things for nothing. For all I know, Simon doesn't have a soul anymore. He's probably like a gibbering mouther in a sack of flesh right in front of me. Simon!
You think Simon had a soul in the future?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Simon,
I
what's your
actually have a
mother's name?
request.
Tell me right now.
It's
I know
Maurice
the
Hall.
answer. Do you?
What? What is my mother's name?
You tell
oh my
me.
God, you're right. He has lost his mind. He
Yeah,
doesn't even know his
yeah.
mother's
See?
name.
See what I tell you, morning. He's lost his soul. He's gone to us.
Her name is Mary.
Yeah, that's what you'd like to me to believe, Simon. If that is even your real name, you gibbering mouther.
Anyways, please just read this coin for me. It has runes on it. You like runes.
Paxi is not getting anywhere near that thing. Or you. Right now.
Okay.
Lest the coin, or Simon, cast a spell on him.
I cast Fast Friends on Paxi.
Oh no.
Let's see what is a concentration up to an hour.
No. There's
Make
a
a
save.
wisdom save.
There's a save here.
Make a wisdom save at minus.
No, none of your silvery barbs bullshit.
Okay, minus. Okay, so you need to succeed on a 21.
What?
Get a natural 20, motherfucker.
Your save is an 18?
Yeah, I have a 22 in charisma.
God damn it. Fuck. That is not
buddy.
that is not a 21. You know what? Yes, Simon, you and I are friends. I don't trust your stupid
You're
magical
charmed.
coin that stole your what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
User must succeed
Paxi
on a wisdom
Paxi
charmed by you for the duration.
fundamentally believes that that coin will steal his soul and he will not touch it. So no.
Undertakes any services or activities you say it.
That is not a threat, and I believe it's a threat. Yeah, to the best of my ability. I don't want to do it. I have the best of my ability is 0.
Wait a second, wait. You can set the creature to new task when a previous task is completed, or you can decide to end its current task.
How long does Fast Friends last?
If the activity will result in certain death for the creature, the spell ends. Therefore, the spell
Wait,
has not ended.
wait,
You have to
wait.
do it.
DM, I have a question. Paxi
So that's an hour.
believes that coin will suck away his soul, meaning certain death.
That's not how
And
the spell works.
and Simon just told me to touch it, which means Simon just told me to do something that would result in my understanding
No.
certain
No,
death.
that's not-
The spell ends. I run out of the room screaming.
No. I just told you. No. If the activity would result in certain death for the creature, the spell ends. So it's regardless of what you have to think about it.
I'm
So
gonna
have
let.
fun
Wait,
with it.
I want the
No,
DM to
no.
rule on this one.
Do you want me to just copy and paste the text?
I believe what you're saying. I'm still letting the DM rule on
No,
it.
I've read it. I just don't. I don't think what he thinks isn't relevant.
Yeah.
Like, if I truly believe that thing is dangerous
Yeah.
to my physical well-being and would cause me to die, then that means that what you asked me to do would cause certain death. Quote marks.
What is Swalbo doing during Soul?
I'm in another room.
I just
Oh,
don't
yeah,
want
I'm
Simon to cast Modify Memory on me.
I'm not casting Modified Memory because this is a concentration.
But I don't trust you anyway!
You trust me with all of your well-being.
No, I think you're a friend. I think your coin is dangerous as fuck.
I mean, you trust him to say that this coin is not a threat.
I'm not even asking
God
for you to
damn
touch
it,
it. I
fine.
just want you to read it.
Fine, I read the coin.
Thank you. It's a rune. It's a fucking rune. I want him to read the rune to see what it is.
Runes
What?
aren't exactly language, they're runes.
I'm going to slap you after all of this, and now you're like, oh, okay, I can't read it. I fucking hate you right now.
I look at it and I'm like, it's not language, Simon, it's a rune. It's like a magical ampersand.
Roll Arcana, Paxi.
God damn it.
What is wrong with you?
I'm not good at
This could
Arcana,
be-
by the way. Fuck!
19.
19. So you are looking at the rune, trying to think back, okay, what kind of runes have I seen in my past? Not many, but you do remember one rune that's been mentioned, but is very rare due to the fact that it's hard to actually utilize, and it's a rune of wealth. These
hear
runes
that,
are
Paxi?
usually very hard to utilize because in order to create wealth, it requires a substantial amount of magic to the point where it usually leaves the caster drained.
Yeah,
But
I
once
look
the
at...
rune's inscribed and and the magic is used, then the rune is relatively harmless.
I look at Simon and I'm like,
What is
Simon,
it, buddy?
Simon, that's a rune of wealth. Like, I don't know what mage created that, or god, but suffice to say, it probably has, like, the soul of orphans put into it in order to fuel it. That thing is bad,
Fine with
and I
that.
want nothing to do with it.
The Souls of Orphans. Hell yeah.
God
I'm
damn
fine
it.
with that.
Today,
Gold
Paxi
combined
learned that
orphans.
Simon is a sociopath.
I don't know what you're talking about. 1,000 gold can buy many orphans.
But yeah, you're looking at lots of spell slots being used.
Alright,
just to
cool.
keep
You know you've been charmed, Paxi, and I end the fucking Fast Friends.
Yeah. At the end of Fast Friends, I understand what you just did. I'm like, did you just fucking charm me so I would read a rune?
From distance! Yes, because you were acting fucking crazy. And now we're rich! Congratulations, and I lost a spell slot for that.
Oh, you lost a spell slot? That's unfortunate. Hold person.
Are you casting Hold Person?
I have that, don't I?
Do you
Yes, I
have that?
do. I do have that. 18 wisdom, son of a bitch.
Okay, cool. Give myself Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action. Or rather, as a reaction, I cast a... What is it? Where is it? Where is it? Counterspell.
What? At what level?
At 5th. I understand how warlocks work.
The spell fizzles, and then as you're casting it, I throw a pillow at your face. Dumbass.
I throw the same pillow at your face.
Uh-oh, who left?
That was, he said he would be right back, I think.
Oh.
It was Seth. You're restarting something, right, Seth? Sethers? Anyways, yeah, I throw the pillow back at your face. Morning, tell him he's grounded. Or else I will.
I leave.
I throw a platinum coin at your back first.
It
Which
bounces off.
Improvised weapon?
I don't want your
Property?
evil fake money.
Fake money. This is real money. I go pick it up. I'm going to go spend it.
I mean, do gold and platinum have like some sort of like royal stamp or anything on them to like make them official?
They do. There's some sort of markings on them to show that they're official. Platinum.
Wait, Simon,
Hello.
you're a counterfeit thief.
What?
Wait, does each country have
confused.
their own like currency, or is there like a common currency?
Seems like it's a
Pretty sure
common
it's a common.
currency.
Yeah.
Seems like it's mostly the markings on it doesn't matter as much as more of what's used to make the piece. So if it's genuine platinum, then in other countries' eyes, it's worth something.
Fine.
Because this is a dollars where paper can just be used.
Right. I still don't trust your evil orphan powered moneymaker.
You just tried to steal my money
I did what? I leave.
by trying to cast whole person and steal my coin purse. You're a terrible person,
Anyways.
Paxi. And I would
Paxy's
like to roll persuasion when
nope,
I say
nope.
you're a
Paxy's
terrible
fucking out of
person.
the room, and Paxy believes it anyway.
Oh shit! Damn,
So-
that's dark.
It's my secret
Paxy.
cap. I always feel down.
Oh,
Fuck.
actually, you step outside and you can see there are two people there that were not there initially.
I wrote a song for you, Paxi. Da da da! You're a bitch. Wait, you said there's people out there?
Yes.
I gotta look out to see who it is. Oh my god, it's a Kenku.
You can see standing outside is the Kenku dude you guys revived recently, and there's also Yulai Shadythorn,
Who is she again?
the leader of the Wild Warriors, aka council
Oh.
member who represents the Wood Elves.
Got it. Neat.
So when you guys step out, seems like the two of them are talking. And after a bit, she just like shakes her head. Hopefully you'll be able to find the people you're looking for. That is when she turns her head, and she's you two guys who kind of notices your guys' sour expressions.
Yeah, if she hears me like coming out of, I don't want any of your counterfeit money, you thief.
She just like looks at you guys, kind of like raises an eyebrow.
I just look at her innocently and shrug.
How
I
can
don't
we
know what
help
the hell he's
you?
talking about.
Council member, leader of the Wild Warriors, Ulai Shadythorn?
That's a lot of words you just said there, buddy, for her first name. Is it Urulai or Ulai? I already fucking. You said too many words, Dylan. Help me out. Ulai Shady Thorns?
Yulai Shadythorn.
Ulai. She lies? You lie, we all lie for lies.
Well, you fine. How about this? Yulai. Is that better?
No, that's actually
Wait.
not better.
Did you say that Kenku was someone that we revived?
Yeah,
Yeah.
remember Kai cast a... Or rather,
Reincarnate.
Akis cast a reincarnate?
Oh,
that worked.
yes, and their new body was a Kenku.
Yeah, it took him a while to get used to it. Maybe he's used to it by now. I mean, he hasn't committed suicide yet.
that you know of.
Oh God.
Uh, anything that we can do? Question mark. You know what? We've got a lot of side quests. We were told by
That
like
is what I've been informed about, actually. Which, speaking of, we need to reward you for what you've already done for us, which is why I'm here.
What have we done so far?
we killed
You
like
have-
some lifesmiths golems.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Hell yeah.
Anyways, that is why I'm here, so you all can follow me.
Two.
So he looks at you guys. You are enchanter. Unless, of course, you wish for money, then in that case, I can offer that instead.
No, I'm good on money. Thank you though.
I give him a side glance.
I give him a shit-eating grin.
uh, does anybody? I guess my armor? Sure, why not? Moving on.
Moving.
So she leads you guys out, so she's like, follow me. Let me go to the map. Let me go play. So, she'll lead you guys outside, and she's gonna walk a bit of a ways. People are scattered. I'll move them to over here and move over here.
One second.
Don't worry,
there.
I'm following at an uncomfortably
following in a sec.
close distance.
So, copy. Yeah, so you guys will be going all the way. Is going to lead you a long path, but eventually she'll lead you to a location all the way over here.
A long path that's basically a straight line.
Well,
Still a long path.
this is all a long path. Actually, it would be technically be over here.
Oh, okay.
Straight line, huh? Yeah, right. Anyways,
What the?
you arrive at a small, not really an alcove. but it's
Wonton, who the
wherever-
fuck let you in here?
No! Accidentally deleted the roll 20. Open up. Open up.
Yep. I was like,
Deleted roll 20
I
the
was like,
entire
you
thing.
disappeared.
He deleted the website.
Wonton killed me. Sorry. He was not proud. He was not happy about what I did. Anyways,
Alright, let me zoom out now. See. Alright, where'd you guys go? Up there. Alright, I see you. Where the fuck is my character?
he should be
My
here.
character is gone. No, top left.
Oh, I
Why is he
see you
top
right
left? What's he top left?
Oh no.
Anyways, alright.
So you guys arrive, and you can see there's like an open area with a lot of tents and things. And you can see in one of the tents there is a tabaxi sitting next to some sort of stone pedestal with a selection of various bottles containing herbs, liquids, and gems, interestingly enough. And it seems like this tabaxi is currently speaking to someone. And when you guys approach, you can see there's another tabaxi nearby. When your troop, I guess, is probably the best way to describe you guys. So, arrive. That's when they start the conversation. Immediately, Yule Like puts her hands together and gives a bow. Silent wonder. And that's when the tabaxi right here simply gives a respectful nod. You lie, shady thorn. So these are the warriors who have returned. That is why she takes a step towards you guys and gives you both a respectful nod as well. I am Silent Thunder of the Rumbling Rain clan. I thought I would at least stay here to at least see the warriors who are responsible for taking care of duties.
Is it Silent Wonder or Silent Thunder?
Wonder.
Okay. Okay.
On behalf of the Thunder and Rain clan, I thank you for your deeds and for your continued help in making Chaluta safer. These are times of strife, and we do need heroes, and sadly our own can only handle so much before being overwhelmed. We are not adventurers like you, who have seen many things and obtained many things. What we have here is simply the least we can do, but I'm sure it is far more helpful than what money can get you. It is, after all. He gestures to the backseat. He here is responsible for enchanting our arsenal, the best enchanter we have. No simple individual can have access to his talent. I hope he serves you well. And that is when she gives another respectful nod and then walks off. That is when Yulei looks at you guys. That gives you a respectful nod as well. And with that, my job is done. If there's something you wish for, you can speak with him. That is when she too will then turn and take her own leave. At that point now it's just you guys and the enchanter, who's currently looking all of you because it starts smirking. My. And every day do you have two council members in one space, both acknowledging you. Well, I'm not going to dawdle any longer. You wish for some enchantments. I can help you with that.
Paxi just starts taking off his half plate. It's like, yep, got it right here, buddy.
Looks at the half plate, kind of squints. I could only presume you're looking to enhance its hardness. Is that it? Simple enchantment.
I mean... yes, unless you have better ideas. I defer to your wisdom.
He kind of takes the half plate, kind of starts turning it over, kind of just squinting, trying to figure out about it. I've done many armor enchantments. It is definitely one of the much simpler things I can do. Kind of continues looking it over. Of course, the most simplest option I have would simply just to cast a hardness enchantment. But it's here. You are a warrior. You like to go up close, am I right?
Something like that.
In that case, let me fix this. Fix this. I need to get this list up to see everything this can do. Because I thought it would be simple, but now it's not as simple as I thought. Anyways. Equipment. Obviously, I can just add a simple enchantment for hardness, unless there's a certain type of pain you do not like. In that case, I can give you a nice enchantment to perfect it.
Oh man. Um, what have we been coming in contact with lately? A lot of maybe lightning and or force damage.
In Chaluta, usually the greatest things are not danger are poison. But obviously, seeing what you have been dealing with lately, I don't think that is quite the option.
Can you do
You are.
necrotic?
I can. That
Alright,
is
time for
one of
Dean
my
to pick the
repertoire.
type of damage we're never going to face.
Yeah,
again.
exactly. I love me some necrotic damage resistance.
I can do that. That's when he takes your plate, sets it down on the stone pedestal, and reaches over and starts grabbing miscellaneous bottles and things. You can see a bottle filled with a white powder, one with some onyx gems in it that are kind of glowing faintly, and a couple of other things. Then you notice he grabs a bottle filled with what looks like flint. He then sets all the bottles around, starts opening them and putting pieces around this pedestal, and then he takes the white powder and like drizzles it on top of your plating. Then he goes and takes a small, tiny hammer, and it looks like a chisel. He places the chisel on the plating, and then the hammer, and he's like just a light tap. This is when he notices that the chisel starts glowing, followed up with the pedestal, and then all these materials he scattered around disappears into a flash of light that slowly seeps into the armor. And when it finishes, your armor is now glowing a little bit before it fades. You are now in possession of a half-plate armor of necrotics resistance. That is
Yay.
also +1.
Oh, also +1.
So you can add armor to necrotic resistance and then just bump the AC by 1.
Yep. Will do. You seem to be very familiar with enchanting and stuff like that. Have you heard of a gentleman named... Oh no.
Yeah, I don't even remember his name from Shador.
Yeah, hold on. No, I've got it written down. Hold on. Here.
I know his name.
Of course you know his name. Elkwood.
That's what I just said.
I didn't hear
The
it. Sorry.
name does not ring bells to me.
Oh. Oh well. But in your experiences, have you ever come across a material such as do I have minor illusion? You know, I'll just summon morning and show the glass side of her.
He takes morning and kind of like looks closely. I have not worked with such fine material. Glass is not something you can really see on the battlefield for obvious reasons. And besides, I don't think I can actually work with this. Remnants are already fine-tuned in a way that I can't quite interfere.
I'll say like thank you, and as I take morning back, like
She
under
just
my
said,
breath, in like oh yeah, in a way that like he can't hear. I'm like, you're not a fucking remnant, jeez.
That's what she's like, remnant? Who's a remnant? Then he looks at the rest of you guys, well in this case Simon and Swallow. Now you wish for enchantments. Is there something you wish for?
Like some adamantine armor.
Adam, I am an enchanter, not a smith.
Is there a way to? Okay, I don't know how to phrase that. A way to make my armor immune to critical hits.
Get good, scrub.
What is your armor?
It's just studded leather.
There is no such thing as adamantine studded leather.
Damn. Okay. So
Let me
I would like to feel more comfortable in the armor I am
Welcome me
wearing.
the studs into adamantite.
What'd you say?
True.
Again?
Oh, don't worry. I would just like to feel more comfortable wearing the studded leather. Just like feel more safe in it. Increase the AC, please.
You wish for protection.
Yes.
No resistance. Or do you want to be the fully focused on protection?
Yeah, I can be fully focused on protection.
Alright then, give me the leather.
Yeah, I hand him my leather. I am now naked.
He takes the studded leather and he grabs the bottle of flint again and sets it down. He takes a bunch of it, scatters it all around the place, and then he takes the chisel and the light hammer, taps it. The flint disappears in a flash of light and infuses into the armor. You are now owner of +2 studded leather.
Filter by type.
Then he looks at Swolbo
Mm.
and kind of like looks at you for a bit. You don't wear armor, do you?
Nope. This is all the defense I need right here, and I like tap my muscles.
And you hear it. Bang.
Tink tink.
Like fucking tapping metal. I see. Is there anything you need me to enchant then? I can do weapons as well as armor.
I got these 2 weapons here, but I think they both have some magic in them. I don't know if you can make them any better.
Which one?
I'll
What
like
are the
hand
ones you
him the
offer?
axe. I'll hand him the axe.
He takes the axe and he kind of just like looks at it. He's kind of just like, interesting. These give off random magic, but at the same time not. It is not fully alien. In fact, it seems to be made not too long ago. I could see about doing something to it.
Yeah, I ripped the blades off of some weird golem.
That is definitely one way to make a weapon. After all, there's a lot of things out here who, if you know how to use its materials, you can make exceptional items. I'm not a smith, however, so I can't do such a thing. But whoever made this definitely knew what they were doing. So, he takes the axe and he starts looking at it a bit. He's definitely studying. He would take the hammer and the chisel and he would like tap a few places, and then he'd just like look at it for a bit. Eventually, he kind of nods his head. There's not much I can do to approve this, but there is one thing. I can at least enhance its precision and make it easier to deal blows.
That sounds good.
So he then grabs more flint and scatters around, but then he grabs seems to be some sort of soapstone, and he sets it directly on top of the blade. Then he takes the hammer and the chisel, puts it on top of the soapstone, and then he taps it and causes all the flint to disappear. And then the soapstone glows. And then you notice that the weapon gets a little bit sharper. It is now a +2 instead of a +1. Which I will fix that right now, because that at least is an item I have at my disposal. Heat killer. Okay, I type it and it doesn't show up. Nice. Anyway, so I guess I have to search for it manually. Obviously,
I
for
might be able to change it myself. I don't know.
oh yeah, you can change it yourself, but I'm just gonna modify the weapon itself. So basic information, you have a +2. Save changes. Modifiers. Edit magic. From 1 to 2. All right. Now, when eventually refreshes, it should be a +2. Now, obviously, for Akis and RU, once they eventually join us, either this session or next, we will have this thing where they can choose what they want upgraded. Actually, wait. Let me double check something. If you so wish, I can do the same thing to your other weapon.
Oh, sure, that sounds great. hand the lightsaber over.
He takes the lightsaber and
I
looks
want to
at
one shot everything.
it. The make is similar. Whoever made this is definitely different, but it seems like you used the same origin materials. Shouldn't be much different.
Yeah, I also ripped this off a golem.
Seems that's what you. Seems that I am aware of what you favor your weapons being made of, and that. Do these golems happen to be made from the Lifesmith?
I don't know. I
Technically,
just ripped them
yes.
apart. I don't look at where they came from.
Technically, no.
These are the Project Eden ones.
Oh. Right.
Well, I do not. Not many have been bold enough to use materials from the Lifesmith golems, let alone even try to kill them. But I've heard that's due to their unique make. You could potentially make some interesting magic items from their remains. I've never done so myself, and you would need a specialized smith for that. But if you were to find someone who makes such a weapon, and then bring it to me, I could potentially make something unique with my enchantments. And after scattering the same thing like he did earlier, with the soapstone, the flint, after a tap, your lightsaber is now +2.
Oh man.
What was it before?
Plus
Plus
one.
1.
God damn.
Yep, both weapons have been updated, so now you just simply need to refresh, maybe a couple times. And that is all I can do with my current resources right now. I hope that is enough payment for what you've done for us.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Of course. And if you ever need any fixing for enchantments, because there are times where enchantments fail due to outside interference. Yeah, anti-magic. Anyways, if you need me, simply look for Soothing Rain of the Rumbling Rain clan. That is what I am.
Gotcha. I appreciate everything you guys do. I understand you're doing this as a favor, but is there any way that you would accept compensation of any kind?
It is not a favor. In fact, this is compensation what you've done for us.
I understand, but alright. Well, I will not say no to such a generous person such as yourself.
He nods his head. Your insistence to pay back is appreciated, but consider this. The more you do for Chintaka and Chaluta as a whole, the more you will probably see me and others who are responsible for arming the warriors here.
Okie dokie. So, I'm not sure. So, Mr. DM, I'm not sure what we're going to do. So, if we're going to set out to take care of these issues, will we do that this session with both RU and Ikas missing?
Yeah, with 2 people missing, it might be
They're
difficult to
here
do
now.
that part.
Oh no, AKs are sick again. We have to find a doctor.
Ah, son of a bitch! I cast, but if I cast Greater Restoration, I'm going to get rid of the modified memory, so I can't do that.
The fuck?
And, yeah. I don't know.
I do have Greater Restoration, but I will not cast that on either Acus or Paxi for that matter.
Yeah. If you guys want, we could end the session early and then maybe just like start.
We can just do it next
instead of
week.
bi-weekly.
Yeah, we can just
Yeah.
continue next week instead of bi-weekly.
Yeah, so that way we can technically resume the session we've already done. Because you guys got answers, you got some upgrades to your gear, and then you can start actually fighting shit like next week, once we have everyone.
Hoggies make woggies.
What? Fighting
Okay.
things.
Yeah, we can't
Yeah,
exactly
because with 2
travel
people,
until.
with 2 people missing, it would kind of be a bit problematic. Not to mention, I do have some stuff planned for the journey itself.
Oh.
I don't know what
Yeah.
happened to Mike.
Yeah, Mike hasn't responded anywhere. He's not online in Maple. I hope he's okay. He hasn't said anything in a while. I don't even know when he last messaged anything. Alright, well. I will take care of stuff then.
Yeah. Oh, so you guys learn new shit, and once people come back for next session to next week, we can have them get their whatever upgrades they're looking for, and then you guys can set off to kill some lizards.
Yay,
Maybe
lizard
a longer
killing.
session if we want, right? If everyone's okay with that, of course.
Wait, what?
We can make it a little bit longer of a session, because we could, depending on things.
Yeah.
Alright.
But in that case, I shall see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Okay, good
Bye.
night.
Good night.